Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies and aunties, mommies and daddies, it's your boy, the Green Rhino TV host, the CEO of the Green Rhino Logistics. But first and foremost, before we get into the 5 things you need to know before you start a trucking company, like, subscribe, but don't go nowhere. Double negative again. I got you, ladies and gentlemen. But first of all, we want to get into 5 things you need to know before starting a trucking company. What are those things you need to know? But I hope you have liked and subscribed for this video. Let's move forward. The things we'll be talking about are just simple things you need to know. Like this is not in any order, by the way. Where this is not like, this is you don't say like Elvis said this or the Rhino said, oh, this is the first thing. Nah. This is in no order, no manner. You could start first, but these are just informations or nuggets you need to know before starting a trucking company. This will help you with getting a truck, how to keep a maintenance log, how to source for financing, how to get insurance, and how to get drivers. I know that's how you guys are like, oh, how does it get drivers? What does it do? But calm down, relax. But it's love, it's prosperity I'm bringing to you, it's knowledge, it's information that's gonna give you the free life, the blue chip mindset, abundance. That's what I bring right here. But, let's get started. Let's get into this, the meat of the video. So let's move into a dream world, yeah. It is 2022, but you've been dreaming oh my God, I need to start my own company. I've been working, I've been working for Massa all this long, or I've been working for the boss man. I've been working for whoever you're working for. You know what? I wanted the passive income just because. Yeah, I've been working, but I just need more money. I want to diversify my portfolio, my financial portfolio. I got a baby. I want to make more money. You're like, man, Elvis, Rhino, how do I do this? I'm like, chill, bro. And you're like, man, but I don't know. I'm like, this is how you get it done. First thing you got to do is, yes, it's good that you have a dream, but a dream without action is just whatever they call it. That's what it is. It's useless. First thing you got to do is think about what kind of truck you want to get. That's what it is. So this is going to segue into the first topic, the design of the equipment you want to get, the design of the truck. You're like, okay, Elvis, what does that mean? How you just jumping from that to design? That's not how this works. Okay, I'm like, yeah, you got these things work simultaneously with each other. These 5 points, But if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to add more nuggets that you might need. But don't go anywhere. Just stay here as we keep going. So the second thing we want to talk about is maintenance of those equipments. Yeah. The third thing we're talking about is the financial solution. How do you plan to get money for those trucks, right? The equipment. It's because they're expensive, man. Trust me when I say this. They're expensive. You know, if you don't get a job or you don't save or, you know, you don't get like got like family that got resources that could back you up, my man, you're not ready. If nobody's telling you that right now, your brother Elvis is letting you know. You know, you're not just going to put $5,000 and make $1 million. That's not how it works. So, and the other two things you need to consider are insurance and who's going to operate the equipment. It is fine if you're the one that's going to operate this equipment. That's fine. You know, okay, you want to be an owner operator, then you got to think about how you're going to get your CDL if you don't already have one, or how you're going to find whatever it is. So let's get started, guys. No more dilly-dallying, no more shit, as to say back in my country. All we got to do now. So the first thing you got to think about is the design of the truck, right? I'm going to give you different types of trucks you could get into. You could start with a hotshot truck, you know, so that one you don't have a slipper to deal with, but that will have you, you know, you got to think about the comfort of the driver. That, you know, if you're thinking about a hotshot, if you're driving it yourself, that's good. You know, you could make a little bed behind. Some hotshot companies have their beds behind, so you could start with like a F250 and above. Those have a Jeep VW that could stay under the 19 or the required 21,000 or the required weight for non-CDL trucks. The second type of trucks you could consider to start. I mean, don't quote me. There are a lot of trucks you can use. You can start with a box truck. You can start with a 18-wheeler semi truck. You can start with but we're gonna stick it down to semi trucks for now on hotshot trucking. You know, that is where I have like a master knowledge in. And you know, if you want to hear more about box trucking, I'm gonna bring some other people that do box trucking on this channel, and they'll give you more information. But for now, we're gonna stick with trucks, typical 18-wheeler trucks, and Ford F250s, and you know, your Rams and all those cool dually trucks and 4x4 trucks that have a lot of horsepower to pull the kind of load you'll be pulling. Because, so why do you have to consider design of this truck? It's simple. You got to consider design because you got to know, first of all, to consider design, you got to know what you're going to be hauling. Are you going to have a longer bed truck if you're hauling like tankers? Are you going to have a shorter bed truck if you want to just haul for local trucks? You know, if you want to say, okay, I don't want my trucks to go all around America. I love them so much. I want to see them every day. You know, Elvis, this is a lot of my investment. I worked hard, 10-hour shifts to buy these trucks, to put them on the road. I don't want to have to work for that. I don't want them to leave me. I love them. My babies, my prized possession. I understand. So so some people will go with their day trucks, day cabs, and that's easy, right? You know, they go, they walk. That simply means there's no sleeper space. The driver does not have a space to sleep in the truck. You know, basically they have all the functions you have, you know, but you just simply don't sleep in them. So they're less comfortable. You stay one day, you know, it's very hard for you to stay. If you drive overnight, you have to book like a hotel for your driver, and that will add it to the cost of your profit, and you know, that'll add your overall overhead and for your whole business and reduce your profit. So you also have to put that into consideration too. You know, for regional driving, you could consider the mid-cabs, trucks. You know, those trucks, they're not as comfortable as the bigger 18-wheelers, yeah, but they got enough to be able to sleep and, you know, a couple of days. But for the ones that I like, what I would subscribe, what's the right word? Transcribe, I'm just making up words at this point. But what I would, you know, advise you guys to get will be simply a sleeper truck. Because let's say you want to drive a day truck, you can still use a sleeper to do that. You know, let's say you want to go regional, you can still use a sleeper to do that. So there's no need, I repeat myself, there might be no need to just get a day truck. And some people, if you check a lot of channels I've studied about, they're like, oh, how I regret getting my day cab. I wish I had gotten a sleeper first. So your big rhino uncle is here letting you know first, or not first. So letting you know the right way to get into this. So let's say, but before you get all this started, if you stay to the end of the video, I'm gonna let you know things you need to know before you even get to this point. Just little nuggets. So, secondly, after you get the trucks, now you gotta also know, man, because by the time you get the truck, are you gonna lease it? Did you save enough to buy it outright? If you're the big Don Dada, you got money to just buy it all outright. The second point you need to consider will be, how are you going to maintain this equipment? Because by the time you get them, believe you me, they're worth a lot of money and they cost a lot to maintain them. You can't just, because if something goes wrong, especially if you don't go buy like a brand new one. Because I know a lot of you don't got like 100 or 150,000 to just go throw down. A lot of you are trying to make money. If you got it, I understand. First thing you got to know is, I will advise you get like a extended warranty or some sort of out-of-pocket warranty. The premium 2,000 plus, it's a good one, I heard. Or try to save some money. I would say 6 months upfront for your maintenance costs. Just aside in an account. Just leave it. Don't just don't think about it. Just leave it aside. Because let's say you get a truck and your something goes wrong. Let's say your engine blows out. That's like $50,000 right there. I don't know, man. I'm not wishing bad on anybody, but those are experiences I've been through by buying used trucks. Like so because most of us here will buy used trucks, and if you have the money to finance a brand new one, that's a good thing to do. I'll be doing a video on how to get like financing for semi trucks without owning your CDL, and how to go about it and how I did mine and things like that. But maintenance is key, man. That will ruin your business if you do not have a nest egg or a source of income to maintain these trucks or to keep them in a sound condition. So make sure you have a saving nest as the truck make money, or make sure you get an extended warranty to make sure your truck is insured for things like that insures the major parts of your truck. So now that we have talked about the design of the type of trucks we want to get, we know the design we want to get, we know we're supposed to get like an extended warranty just in case. We also, now the third thing we're talking about is, how do we afford all this? Where do you get the money from? Elvis, this is all cool. This dream is bright. This is awesome. Yeah, Elvis. How do we get the money? I don't think I can get like 100,000 or 150,000. Okay, but let me start with the guys that got money first. If you have 150,000, 50,000, let's say anything from like 20,000, I would say, you comfortably get a good truck. Is that not so, baby Lexi? That's so, right? Yeah, she said so. She said, that's right, daddy. I know. So the baby rhino says so. So as I was saying, it is easy to finance your truck in different ways, right? You can save up your money. That's from like your work you're doing. Get a job, guys. Get an extra income, supplement that, and buy a truck. Or build your credit up, go to a bank, and finance your truck. There are different ways, options the bank give you. If you have a mortgage, if you don't, a lot of them will not give you. A lot of banks will not give you financing if you don't have a lot more other assets going for semi trucks, because a lot of money, man. I'm not gonna give you $100,000 or $200,000 equipment when you only have $5,000 Ford Picanto. No. That's not how it works. That will put you in a lot of trouble, because they know you won't be able to afford the maintenance. Remember, we talked about that too. So think about how you're gonna source for the money. Some people you could loan it, you could get from family and friends. You could get from, your workplace. You could loan from a bank. And I would also advise you go like, smaller banks. There are like a lot of online banks that, do a lot of equipment financing. If you stay to the end, I will also show you things you'll need, through, after getting your business registered and all that, things you might need that might help you build like your business credit or your credit to go get yourself an equipment. So that's how you could, source for equipment. And there are some dealership sponsored financing too. They are very harsh with how they move, but they are also very good to get your leg into it. They are not so expensive compared to how much you're making and all that stuff. So that's something to compare. And a lot of them don't even need you to have a CDL or even need to check your credit. They just have a way to work it out for you, and boom, 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 you have a truck. So that's how it works. So the fourth point will be, man, after all this, because remember, I keep sounding the alarm. These equipments cost a lot of money. So you got to insure them, guys. So the fourth point will be insurance. How do we work with insurance? Because that's the thing that can ruin your business too, apart from maintenance. Insurance, this is a big business, big money business. The insurance sometimes go into thousands of dollars every 30 days. That's every month. Some people like you to pay every week. Some people like to pay every month. But basically, the insurance company, if you're a new truck and a lot of guys only Progressive most likely will cover you. They say that's another nugget right there. Those are the only guys that might cover you at the beginning, and they are hella expensive, man. So the number 4 point is insurance, right? The major thing we'll consider as a new trucking company, it's going to be very hard for you to get a cheap insurance, right? Especially when you don't have a CDL. If you do have a CDL, it might be a little bit cheaper because, no one wants to insure someone that just, with no experience, or you've never been to the industry. You just want to go carrying like a 80,000 pound missile driving down the road. Face it, your liability to yourself, your environment, risk. So they'll want to be careful, and that could put you out of business real quick if you don't have enough nest eggs to help you out with your insurance. Because if your truck is, let's give you a scenario, let's say your truck breaks down and you can't get a part for the next 2 months. What are you gonna do? You need to pay it up. If it's a company driver, if it's not a 1099, you either lose your driver or pay your driver still, and you also got to pay insurance. Let's say you drive it yourself, you got to pay insurance every month. And trust me, that's a couple thousands of dollars right there. Right, that's a good down payment for your house right there. Trust me. So, how do you combat these things? Elvis, I'm tired of hearing the problems. Can you give me solutions now? Yes. A good solution to this, we either to start by leasing under another company, to gain more experience, or having a lot more either sponsors or nest egg, or going to get a CDL to bring down the price, of the insurance, because no one is going to insure you if you don't, basically you're newbie in the industry and you just, except you have a lot of money, money makes the world move around. That's my own opinion, and, a lot of people's opinion too. But that's by the way, bro. So the fifth, but not the final point is, what type of employees do you get? How do you get people to operate your equipment? Are you a likable guy? Do they like your swag? I'm just playing around. That's not why they're going to come around. But basically, is your company reputable enough to attract the right drivers to come work for you? Yeah, sometimes being likable plays a role in some people, but a lot of times, can you make them money? That's what they want to hear. Can you make them money? Now it goes back to how this also, remember, all this ties down to all these points I'm making, because once you get the right drivers, they don't want to stay in crappy trucks or trucks that are not properly maintained, or you see how it works now. So you make sure you have the nest egg. Or no one wants when your truck breaks. No driver wants when their truck breaks down, they have to stay for 2 months, stay at a job, not make money. They're gonna leave you, man. Let's be honest. So how do you combat such things? And let's even say it's better to not get a driver to park your truck down, to get a bad driver and they ruin your truck. Let me tell you a short story, bro. Like, we got a driver recently and he broke down 3 of our trucks. Do you want to know how much that would have cost us? Trust me, cost us tens of thousands of dollars just to get these trucks, even one of them back on the road. But what's the lesson to that? As I said earlier, it is better to get your truck to get your truck packed down with no driver and you losing money than get a driver and then ruining your truck and other people's lives in the process, costing you more money, and you still are not making any money. You see how that works? So, ladies and gentlemen, my future entrepreneurs, my future trucking investors or investees, I don't know how that works too, but just bear with me as I keep speaking. So you got to know how to, use Facebook targeting, whatever it is to attract people to you. You can use Craigslist or recruiting agencies all around you. There are a lot of them. Just to wrap this video up, what have we learned today? What do we know? What have we said? So basically what we have said is the design, number one, the maintenance, number two, financial solution, how you plan to get the truck, number three, your insurance, number four, and last but not least, what type of employees you plan to get and how you plan to attract the right employees. Because trucking has one of the lowest rate of retention of employees, close to the warehouse industry, if you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's a really high turnover for drivers. A lot of drivers are chasing the money, so you have to make sure that you do that too. So thanks for staying to the end of this video. Now I know you're waiting to hear the nuggets of how, like Elvis, if I don't have a company name, how do I go about all this? First thing you need to know, this is the nugget part, you need to get your company registered. It's very cheap. You could do it online or get an Antonio, whatever it is, whatever you can get that on YouTube. I don't have to get through all that right now. And second, you get an EIN number, then use the EIN number to get a bank account. That will help you for taxes and even building your business credit to be able to get these trucks. And after that, you can just get a floor card and use it to build your business credit for a little bit, for about 3 months. Then you could go get a semi truck. But that's a nugget for another day. Thanks for staying tuned with us. And last but not least, also know a good company to lease onto to dispatch your truck, a good dispatch company. If you're looking for that, we can help you here too, but that's that too. But thank you for staying tuned. Keep liking the video, keep watching the video. Thanks for coming to this space. We appreciate you a lot. You're not alone in your struggles to success. We're doing this together as we climb to the top of the mountain and stay at the top of the tippy top. Don't go. I know you might be down sometimes trying to get it. If you keep grinding, keep the tires turning, keep doing what you're doing, trust me, it's going to come. You're going to achieve your goals. It's your boy, the Green Rhino, the one take one, da booyaka. Boom! Boom.